Hello, welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
I'm Alexis P. Bubbles. The P today stands for Puff the Magic Dragon. Do you ever do that song?
By the sea,
Yeah.
in frolics and in a money sing, in a land in the knee.
Honolulu, bitch.
That's interesting. What made you think of that? Drugs.
Drugs. We were just talking about drugs in the Patron.
We need to check in, okay? We need to check in around the strike. It's still happening.
Yeah.
For those of you in the United States, it's happening, folks.
All our pencils are down, except for the scabs.
Except for Drew Barrymore. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
I think
this
it's
doesn't
so
feel great.
Strange. Drew Barrymore is a WGA contracted show, and she said, well, don't worry, we'll just do the show without writers, which is not how it works. Well, it's not how it works. So she's scabbing. And as people have kind of been like bringing this to her attention, she's just doubling down. So it's not good. And it's just such a bummer. I mean, not that I watched that show, but you know, Drew Barrymore she's an icon. She's a beloved
actress.
Character. Yeah, I'm bummed.
Okay, listen, Drew, I don't care about your show, but I do care about the writers and I care about people making livings. And I don't want you to be a scab because there are rumblings of a Charlie's Angels reboot with you and the other two, Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu.
With my girl, Drew and Destiny. Charlie's Angels, come on.
And if you scab and you ruin the chances of Charlie's Angels 3 Back in the Habit or whatever, I'm gonna be real mad.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Is like, she's an actual actor though. So it's not just that her show might get shut down because writers will never come back, but also, are you fucking yourself over with acting? I don't want to say goodbye to Drew Barrymore's acting. And yes, she's not the greatest actor, but she does Drew Barrymore very well.
And Little Edie.
Yeah, she killed that. So we just need to continue to support unions, okay?
Yeah.
When you drive by, honk your horn.
How about this? Instead of Drew Barrymore
honk, honk.
doing the Drew Barrymore show, why don't we do the IMHO show? And we'll just take over the slot. Who do we need to call?
And we'll scab.
Ross? Should we call Ross Matthews?
Talk shows
I could call
can't
Ross.
operate. It's only newscasts, and we don't have any news to report.
I think the fuck we do.
Name one.
News?
Do it.
Okay, well, NSYNC got back together. That's news. They presented awards at the VMAs, and they all wore suits, and they looked great. News number 2.
I'm so glad, and I would watch that. I would watch you say that.
And news number 2, well, we would roll that beautiful bean footage.
That's true.
And news number 2.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
News number
He's
2
dead.
is Drew Barrymore is trying to scab.
I get it, Drew. I get it. And thank you for watching.
Speaking
I get
of scab, do you
wanting
wanna
to
see-
bring your show back. No. I get wanting to bring your show back and give jobs to the people who can still work, like the camera operators and stuff.
I hurt my knee
But
yesterday.
you're fucking everything else up.
I dropped my
It's
earbuds on the
not-
ground and I went
It's
to
not great.
I went to kneel down and one of the lockers scratched my knee. Do you
Do
want to
not
see it?
present your scab to me.
Okay. That's why I asked permission first.
And I said no, but then I looked down and you're still holding up your dress. Put it down.
Well, I wanted
Pull
to
it down.
show you my leg.
I don't want to see your scab.
Okay, I won't show you. But it's not as scabby as Drew Barrymore would be if she goes through.
Bitch. You and the hilarious
like
Ross Matthews, you know better.
Yeah.
You know better. Speaking of better, let's go get better in Brazil. I'm not good at the transitions like you. Well, like you are.
Thank you. Well, we'd better get to Drag Race Brazil because we have a lot to talk about. Darby?
Okay. So we're back in Brazil. We have said goodbye
We have
to Diva Moore.
But then
which is bullshit.
Which is not great.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
From Barrymore to Diva Moore. That's not okay. Listen.
She wasn't a scab.
She wasn't a scab.
She was a salve. If anything, she would help heal a scab.
Yeah.
With her
okay.
energy alone.
But then the capybara, who is it? Melazzini was being like, guys, I don't think we should be cheering like that
During the lip sync.
During the lip sync because it's like your last chance. And Organza was like, well, let's just be honest. You're talking about me, and I wasn't degrading the other one. I was just cheering on this one. And she was like, you were saying finish her. And Organza was like, you're not understanding. I was just cheering on this person because she was doing better in the lip sync. You know, I was kikiing.
First
whatever.
of all, how could you tell who was doing better in that lip sync? I'm sorry. But number 2, I was on Organza's side until I heard that she actually screamed out, finish her. And that, I have to say, I see both sides.
Yeah.
But I did kind of lean more towards the, let's not say that. Absolutely cheer people on, but can you imagine being in that lip sync and thinking like, am I gonna survive this? Is this my dream? And then you hear someone yell, finish her.
Yeah, that's a
about
little...
you.
That might be
tough.
a little...
That's tough.
But the notion of like, I think we should be quiet while they're... I think that's, a little
nuts.
much.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely cheer them on and sing along and dance and all of that. But maybe don't be like, you're so much better. Fuck you, diva. Also, it was kind of fun to see, because this is the first episode we get both groups together. And it was kind of fun to see two people who don't know each other. They haven't bonded yet because they haven't really talked at all. To then immediately start an argument. I was like, yeah. I'll watch this. And I did.
We go to the next day. It is the mini challenge, and they're all together for the first time, and they're going to do the Miss Brazil pageant with Drag Queen as announcer. They had, 30 seconds to get into quick drag?
Yeah, they got to walk down the runway, and she would ask them questions. And can I say, I was really bummed out by Tristan. And not because she wasn't funny. That's not what bummed me out. But instead of just being like, I'm not like a quick-witted person, that's just not my strength, she played it off like, we had to get in drag so fast that my brain was all kind of messed up from that, so I didn't do good in this challenge. I don't think that's the case. It's okay not to be funny. And it's okay not to have a larger-than-life personality. Do I think it's going to help you become the next drag superstar? No. But it was kind of obvious that, like, girl, you could have taken hours to get ready, and that would have been the same result, I think. Sorry, I'm being mean. But I like delusion in certain ways, but don't try to fool me.
Well, don't make excuses. If you're
Just
not
be like,
confident in
"That's not
something,
mine."
just be like, sorry, that's not my thing.
Yeah. I think I would respond a lot more positively to that. And then going into the acting challenge where she continued to have that exact same energy, I was just like, that's just not who you are. And that's okay.
And that is okay.
And that's, I mean, not on this show. It's actually really bad for this show. But in real life, that's okay.
Yeah. This week is an acting challenge. They're doing soccer. They're doing...
They're doing soccer, baby.
They're doing this. They're doing that. And they're rehearsing out of costume, out of drag. I don't know why we were watching that.
I don't know why we watched it. I was so confused because I was like, wait, is this going to be recorded? Then why aren't we watching them record it? Why are we watching a rehearsal?
Right. Why? Yeah. Why?
The out of drag
because I was like,
weird.
So the out of drag rehearsal, I was like, well, maybe this is a live acting challenge.
That's what I thought.
We thought the same.
But then they were rehearsing in front of a green screen, and I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why
I
we
didn't
watched
understand
any of
that. So let's just go to the runway.
The runway is
Tupini
Queen top model. Do you know what it's a take on?
America's Next Top Model.
Well, that, yes. But Tupi Queen, do you know what that's in reference to? I know I'm not saying it right.
No. Tupini Queen.
I Googled it. Tupin Queen, with an M at the end, is the name for the indigenous people of Brazil.
That's
so they just changed it to indigenous. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I love learning. I love it. I know you don't. You gave up in second grade. I remember that.
Well, but in Texas, so basically kindergarten level.
Yeah. I don't know how it played into the actual
Well, I think
runway.
it was just wordplay.
Just wordplay. It was just wordplay.
Tupini Queen.
But that's really fun.
And Tupini Queen.
Y'all, I'm serious. Wikipedia y'all should just go there. Go to Wikipedia and just look at stuff. Because you learn.
Have you ever donated money to Wikipedia?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
$5 in my entire life, so not a lot. I don't remember where this came out, and maybe you'll know, but my favorite quote from the entire episode was from Miranda, and she said, if you have a lesbian fan base, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
We agree. We here at IMHO agree. I think the lifeblood of IMHO is lesbians. And not that we want them to bleed. Keep all your blood. We don't need it. But she has
or donate, because lesbians, I think, are allowed to donate.
Lesbian drag fans are unmatched.
Yeah.
They're supportive.
They're not
organized. They're kind.
They're kind. They're hot.
Yeah.
Just respectfully.
And disrespectfully, if you're certain people. I'm talking about Paola. I don't have to respect her anymore.
Yeah, because you pay her.
Mm-hmm.
Drag Queen is coming up, in my opinion, of most beautiful, excellent looking, great outfits.
After the bow fiasco of last week, I was thankful that we went for something a little more traditional. And well, not even traditional, but a little less insane. It was really fucking cool. Now, when she was introducing the judges, she turned to the male judge and she said, and now on to someone who is as straight and as funny as Ross Matthews. Now let's break that down. Because Ross Matthews is not straight. So by the consecutive, what is the property? By the A plus B equals C? Conservative property?
Einstein's.
Yes. By that property, then you're also saying he's not funny.
That Ross isn't funny.
You're saying the hilarious Ross Matthews is not funny? I mean, I agree, but did you have to say it out loud?
Maybe it was a translation thing
funny.
because I have been hearing that a lot of the Wow Presents Plus translations are not what they're saying.
But that seemed like it was what it was saying, and that was funny, and I appreciated it.
Yeah. All right. So, Tupini Queen, or it was also like Victoria's Secret, Runway, like Queens of the Run, Titans of the Runway.
It was models.
It was
pick a look of a model and recreate it.
First up, Shannon Scarlett, and I have to admit, the more I say that name, the more I love it.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's a beautiful name. I like how they did the side by side.
I love a side by side. Now, we have seen these runways before, and we never quite know what the judges want. Sometimes they want a perfect remake of the look, and sometimes they really vibe with how you interpreted the look. I lean more towards the exact look when the exact look is interesting, but when it's underwear, I kind of was hoping for more interpretation. This look, while made really well, the wings at least, it didn't read as exciting to me.
Yeah, it just was like bra and panties.
Yeah, and the bra, it's really hard to find the right bra when you don't have boobs and to like try and figure out, well, it's hard to find a bra when you do have boobs. Bras are hard. And so her bra was sitting really high and tight.
I know two bras are made the same, and they don't tell you how to do it. No one tells you how to do bra.
Well, now we have TikTok, and they'll tell you all about boob. It was high and tight, and it was kind of dull in comparison to everything else. Also, we're drag queens. When you're doing these runways where you're paying tribute to a real woman with the flat to the head hair, you don't have to flat to the head, okay?
No, you don't have to.
Shannon's lucky in that it looks good on her, but everyone, for the most part, except for one, did flat to the head, real girl hair, and that's such a bummer. Well, you're on a runway too. Give us a show. Flat to the head and underwear. I have to say this is one of my least favorite runways of any drag race.
Well, listen, I think it's mostly like lingerie, like bra and panties. In this context of like runway looks, I mean, that's why when they do the Victoria's Secret shows, they gotta have like
wings.
Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga and like something on the stage to look at because they're beautiful girls.
Beautiful gown.
They're wearing little scraps of fabric. And I'm sure they're high quality, maybe not Victoria's Secrets, but like I'm sure they're great. But it's not interesting to look at more than 5 seconds. And mainly it's for the horny dudes in the audience. The men that created Veronica's
horny
Secret
Paulas.
Well, yeah, but that's different. Their horny is respectable.
So true.
Yeah. Aquarella, she did a gown of a model.
Now, she took what was actually kind of an interesting gown construction, and she made it worse.
Yeah.
The most striking thing about the original gown is how stiff and structured it is. But she did not create it here. I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Now, Dallas DeVille, who won the mini challenge, this was weird and bad.
Bad. This was so bad.
This was just like a regular bra and like silver panties.
And she took like the flowers that should have been kind of going down and creating a shape and instead just stuck them to the side of her waist, which I'm really glad that the straight and funny Ross Matthews guy pointed that out because that is kind of a rookie mistake. In general, it did seem like kind of first time in drag Halloween costume.
Yeah, and the hair wasn't doing her any favors.
No.
And that sucks because she did so good and she's been so good.
But that's what the back and forth that I have with these kind of challenges is like, if you're Dallas, if your entire drag persona is robot, futuristic, whatever, then take it to that level.
Yeah, do something with that. I wonder if maybe this was supposed to be like a Victoria's Secret runway.
I think it was because they're presenting it as it's a model.
There's so much you could choose from with models.
Sometimes we get that. Sometimes we get a runway prompt that is different from what they actually received. I do wonder if it was presented as Victoria's Secret model and then it kind of broadened to top model once they realized they couldn't get the rights to the name.
Oh my God, if there was a top model, they would have had those giant clocks swinging. They could have
shaved someone's head and said, don't worry, it'll grow back.
Yeah, fix your teeth. That one girl, except for that one girl. She didn't really want to fix her teeth.
No, I know, and she had beautiful teeth.
That was my favorite season. That was Joni. Remember her?
Yes.
And then Danielle ended up winning that
Now,
season.
do not go back and watch America's Next Top Model because the mental torture that Tyra put on those
The Stanford
girls.
experiment or whatever? The Stanford experiment? The Stanford experiment.
You got there.
It's that.
But pretty.
This is Naza. Now she's kind of dark goth angel girl.
I like...
Same thing as the first Shannon Scarlett. It's not bad. It's just not that great.
I liked it better solely because at least there was more lace. There was something for my eye to
Her
hit.
body looked beautiful though.
It wasn't my least favorite because
Yeah.
at least we had like something else to look at with the lace. I don't know.
Helena Maldita. Now this is a beautiful look, I feel.
This was my favorite.
This is an
This was
Adriana
so
Lima
good.
look. This was so cool. And this was kind of an interpretation of what she was going for.
Yes.
A dragged up version. It's brighter, it's bolder.
The hair's the same shape,
Same
but
shape,
it's
but it's
different
brighter
color.
colors. This is a really good way to do this runway.
This was a winner to me. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, I also agree.
Fantastic.
Melazini Sparkle, she
Did a Giselle
Bündchen
dress.
It was just kind of a pretty dress. I thought she looked pretty, but it wasn't spectacular to me.
No. And the dress fit her weird. If you're gonna do a simple dress, the tailoring has to be on. And unfortunately, it just wasn't.
Well, she wasn't Taylor. She was Giselle. But I could see that with the blonde hair. Yeah, she was kind of tailoring a little bit. Tristan Soledad.
I liked
it.
the idea. I liked where she was going with it.
I didn't love the hair and the makeup.
I also didn't love that the original was like an open lapel, and in this one she'd closed it up. But if you're gonna drag it up, let's open it up, baby. Let's see your body. Let's make it sexy. Let's
Show me that body.
Don't close down, because she did. She like closed herself in.
It
Her
did,
skirt
and
was
also
kinda
because
long.
of how the thing was like kind of bulky up here. It did look like she was like one of those games where the mole sticks their head out and you try to hit him, whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
This runway wasn't great.
No.
I really did a disservice to these girls because I know that they're...
Thank you for saying. I agree. I
Because
think
I
this
don't
is
want
a
to.
really
We're
bad
not being as
runway.
loving as we usually are, but I don't think it's their fault. I think they had a switcheroo pulled on them.
This to me seems like when they get the list and, you know, some of them, there's mini challenges hidden within the looks. This to me seemed like a mini challenge look. If they had pulled out a runway and been like, we're going to have a Victoria's Secret runway.
That's good.
That would have made way more sense to me than making it a main challenge prompt.
Bashina Polaroid, who I love, she was Giselle Bündchen, and
I thought she looked great.
She looked really pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
I do take issue with the flat hair again,
Yes.
but she looked really pretty.
But that's the thing about
And I
that
think
dress is so interesting. That is a Versace design, and it is so intriguing that it works, I think, for a drag runway. It fit her body well, and it was well made.
I also think this was a departure for her, because I think she usually does more camp, more like Digimon or whatever, digital.
I gotta say, I was not expecting her to look as beautiful as she did. I thought she looked gorgeous.
Yeah. Next up is Ruby Ocean, and she had sparkly titties. I don't know. I just don't think I like this runway.
Her interpretation of the look also, like, well, I guess it was pretty spot on, actually. Yeah, I think at this point in the runway, I was kind of done. I don't know that I really gave it much thought beyond, it's not for me.
Miranda Lebrau.
I liked the wings. I liked it wasn't just a bra. It definitely looked made, which is cool. But that bodysuit and the padding, what was that?
And what's going on with the hair? It seems like everyone did last minute hair.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, they were all trying to imitate a model, so they just wore what they thought the model's hair would actually look like, but you're a drag queen, so we want bigger hair. It feminizes the face. If you could just take it up a notch.
Yeah.
Which is so strange because it seemed like she took the look up a notch with that body sock that she was wearing. I wish she'd done it with the hair. Or put the hair in a sock. Threw it away.
And finally, Organza, and I think we're ending on a nice note because I do like this.
Yes, and I like how she's organza. So instead of doing feathers, she just
did
had pieces of
organza,
organza.
yeah.
And that's fun.
And it is simple, but it's effective, and she looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's striking.
Now let's talk briefly about this video. It was pretty long.
When they started the acting challenge or showing the video, there was a few seconds there where I was like, wait, so what was that rehearsal? It's a video?
Yeah.
And wait, now they're in drag. And it threw me.
What I liked.
It was long.
What I liked was that sort of horny erect cock in the funeral.
Don't say cock.
Okay. That horny erect dick. That
Wiener. giant wiener.
Giant wiener being held on to in rigor mortis.
I like that she was like, fine, I'll fucking take the dead guy.
Yeah.
And she did get to come to life at the end, which was funny. But for the most part, she's just kind of sitting there holding her dick. And that was fun.
That's fun.
That's funny.
I'm sorry.
Also, Miranda killed it.
For yawning.
She's really the only one I remember.
I watched it twice because I didn't think I was paying attention the first time. And then the second time through, it was just
You
like...
realized you paid too much attention.
I don't know. That wasn't for me. We do have a winner. The winner is Organza again.
Win number 2.
Win number 2 out of 2.
I wondered if they were going to give it to her for that reason. It was between her and Miranda because Miranda did so well in the challenge. But I think ultimately Miranda's weird body sock is what kind of kicked her in the sock. So Organza gets another win, and ultimately we all won because the episode ended. Now,
wait. There's a lip sync and stuff. Are we not doing that yet?
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We do have the lip sync. It is Tristan and Dallas is giving her all. Now, did Tristan not know the words?
Tristan knew the words of, it seems like the chorus or whatever, but there was a part where she was literally just kind of turning in a circle, smiling. They cut to drag queen at one point, and she's like, come on.
Yeah.
She goes, I hate to say this based on 2 episodes alone. That's kind of the vibe I got from Tristan. That she can't be bothered with things that just don't interest her or aren't what she thinks her art should be. She views her drag as very much like a powerful artistic thing, which is great. But bringing it to Drag Race, it's definitely more entertainment. And it seemed like she just wasn't interested in that part of drag.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but not for the show.
I'm on Tristan's side. I'm not interested in entertainment at all either.
Oh, I don't find you entertaining at all.
Thank you.
So you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
So we say goodbye to Tristan, and I think it's for the best. I don't know that she was a great fit for the format of this show, from what I saw. And thank you to all of the Brazilian watchers who are leaving such beautiful comments. Thank you so much. We are having so much fun learning about your culture and your country. Thank you for all the comments leading us in the right direction, letting us know what translation was bananas, batshit crazy, because there's a lot. Mm-hmm. So thank you for that. Truly no disrespect to the queens for this episode.
Yeah.
I just think they were set up to fail with both the runway and this long acting challenge. Although, I don't know.
Maybe it was
the acting
maybe in
challenge
translation
was funnier if you were, in fact, Brazilian. Perhaps.
But also, I'm happy to be in Brazil. It's fun.
Yeah.
And I like these girls. I'm excited to see what we get next week.
So if you're excited as well, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and, of course, the notification bell.
Join us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/IMHOtheSHOw.
Or we're both on Cameo, so if you want a message from us to a loved one or a hated one or both. We have so much to film tonight. Go ahead and hit us up there.
Yes, or you can get a Cameo by going to IMHOtheSHOW.com. And as always...
Oh, our merch is at dragqueenmerch.com. Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye. You need to learn Portuguese. You always do such a good job with the foreign languages, with the welcome to IMHO, that kind of stuff. You need to learn.
I met someone that knows a little bit of Portuguese.
I'm not surprised. You meet a lot of people these days.
I'm out there. I'm doing the legwork. Well, I gotta find someone to take me away from all this.
That's true.
Leave you in peace.
That would be nice.
A woman came into the shop the other day, and I was gummy, so I was having a good day. She needed some help with lashes because she was taking her she had to get her driver's license renewed, and she might have to take the test. This woman was 100 probably.
Oh no.
And I kid you not, she goes, well, and you know, I got run over on the corner of Wilshire and Doheny, and then I went into a coma. And then when I came out of the coma, my hair had gone.
She got run over.
On the corner of Wilshire and Doheny. Years ago, she was fine because she went into the coma, her hair fell out. She came out of the coma and went back in. And she said then when she came out of the coma the second time, the hair started to grow back, but then it all fell out again. And then it just never really... So she needed help with eyelashes, and she needed help with she wanted face tapes, but she didn't want the actual elastic part of the face tape. She just wanted Band-Aids. That sweet lady.
Band-Aids?
Her name was Bobby.
For her coma scars?
No, she wanted to lift her face somehow. And I guess there was a product in the 70s that did that.
Listen, you're never too old. You're never too old to lift your face. If anything, being old kind of helps.
Yeah, but also... I think that if you are that old, maybe put the keys away. Maybe you don't need to be driving.
For sure.
And stay away from Wilshire and Doheny.
Do not put your body in that road, because you will get run over.
Mama.
But if you need a little time off, A coma could be worse.
She was so funny, though.
Most people who have survived a traumatic event like that do find new joy in life.
Here's the thing about California, or no, just about old people in general.
Okay.
I think old people just want to talk.
Oh my God, of course. So lonely, but so much to share because they've lived so many years.
Oh, we should be talking about this for Philippines.
Well, it's too late. We've already started.
It was too late.
Here's the thing, though, okay? Think about all of the stories we have, and we've only been on this earth for like less than 40 years.
24 years, yeah.
She has been on this earth double what we have. She's got a lot of stories.
Yeah.
She got ran over. And
on
that's
the corner
just,
of Wilshire and Doheny.
And that's just the first story she told you. That's her starter story. She started
that's
with
her
coma.
icebreaker or a bone breaker.
She started with coma.
Yeah.
You know it can only go up from there.
Right.
I bet she's got some crazy shit.
Well, but then she did talk about going to the DMV to get in line to wait and all the smelly homeless people. And I was like, all right, Bobby.
Okay.
Maybe don't.
Yeah.
There's a little bit
That's
of...
tough. Yeah, that's not good.
We don't have to say.
Yeah,
we don't have to say
okay.
everything we think. I mean, we do because that's why we're here.
It's our job. It's literally our job. But she doesn't because she could easily be hurt by someone who overhears it.
Yeah.
And
she was she had a
decidedly
fabulous little look on, which was fun.
You know who's still alive? Iris. Oh,
Iris
you're not watching
Apfel?
documentaries. You're not watching documentaries.
Iris Apfel?
Yeah.
Yeah, glasses.
She's 103.
Glasses.
She's still alive.
That bitch ain't dying.
I'm so happy for her.
Yeah.
She's so creative. Okay, bye.